You're listening to a Rock Candy podcast.
I'm Avery Smith, and I'm here to invite you to Blessed Are the Binary Breakers, a multi-faith podcast of transgender stories. Whatever your own relationship to gender and spirituality may be, you will find yourself enriched by the stories shared by my guests, who so far have ranged in religion from Christian and pagan to Jewish, Sikh, atheist, and beyond, and have hailed from the US, Chile, Poland, Australia, and more. Tune in wherever you get your podcasts, or read along with episode transcripts by visiting blessedarethebinarybreakers.com. See you there.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Joe and Reese's Pickle and Boot Shop, a diabolical brainwashing machine. This is our weekly disclaimer, in which we apologize for most of what is said on our podcast. First of all, I hope Dikembe Mutombo is in there, in all seriousness. We talk about NHL throat cutting. I said I thought that was a bunch of malarchek, which probably should never be said. We talk about Our Lady of the Iron Underwear. Joe says, what's worse than hot garbage? This podcast. That's the answer. I fail at math twice. We also claim that there is a legitimate epidemic of parents switching bodies with their children. Also, Harold Porter and Jamie Lee Curtis switching bodies. That this happens. We claim that it's a fact. And also, we coined the term Fort Daily. Fort Daily. Joe and Reese's Pickle and Boot Shop. We hope you hate it.
Joe and Reese's Pickle and Boot Shop. Get yourself a pickle. Get yourself a boot. Joe and Reese's Pickle and Boot Shop. Pickle time is happening. Pickle time. I go down to get some pickles. With your grandma and your kids. I go downtown. With your grandma and your kids. Boot time. Pickle and boot time. Don't be fickle, get your pickle cider, pop a nickel in your boots. Not a place of ill repute. Bring your grandma and your kids. Come for the pickles, stay for the squids. Stay for the squids. Boots. Put that pickle in your pants. Get some booze inside your hands. Put that pickle in your pants. Get some booze inside your hands. 1996, we start this.
Boom.
Boom, Grandma.
Boom, Grandma, suck it.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Do you remember the old, he kind of came and went, but he was like a basketball player in the 90s, Larry Johnson, and like his shoe commercials were Grandmama.
Maybe.
He was like this huge black dude, and then he would wear like a wig, like an old woman. He was Medea before Medea was Medea.
All right.
And then he would like, throw down dunks and stuff because he was wearing the shoes.
Oh, and he looked like a grandma who was dunking.
Yes. So it was like a total like Mrs. Doubtfire
All right.
type deal. The reason I thought of that is because A, drinky. B, I you know what I've been playing a lot lately?
What?
Not a lot lately, but whenever I get a spare chance, I've been playing
Hold on, it's
NBA.
recording. You get a what?
Yeah, that's okay. I've been playing NBA 2K22 on Xbox. And then like I made a basketball team of all my favorite like past legends. Mm-hmm. And Larry Johnson was one of those. So that's what made me think Grandmama. So when I said suck it, Grandma, then I thought Grandmama.
I hope Dikembe Mutombo's in there.
He is.
Hell yeah, dude.
He is. You know who I wish was on there, but isn't, is Chris Anderson.
Chris Anderson.
Do you remember him from the Denver Nuggets, just covered in tats, the white guy?
Yeah.
Birdman.
The Birdman.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy was so cool. They had a good run where they because the Nuggets basically exist as a farm club for the rest of the NBA.
Correct.
So they had Chris Anderson and they had this dude Mahmoud Abdul Rauf.
Yeah.
he was this dude with Tourette's syndrome and OCD, and so he would reportedly like go to practice, after practice shoot he'd shoot 2-pointers, but he would have to get 100 in a row, and it wasn't just sink 100, they had to make a certain sound. It was like no net and a sound that had to happen, or he'd have to start over, and he did that every day. He was
That's
so good.
nuts.
Yeah.
There was a hockey player he's not famous because he was good. He's famous because he got his neck slashed open by a hockey skate.
What? That really
Yeah, his name
happened?
Yeah, you can YouTube it. His name's
Okay.
Clint Malarchuk.
Okay.
And he was a goalie for the Buffalo Sabres.
Uh-huh.
Guy skated down, went to make a save. There was a crash in front of the net. A guy's skate came up, cut his jugular. Blood everywhere. He grabbed his neck and like skated as fast as he could to the bench, and he was yelling, "I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die." The trainer took 3 fingers, stuck it in the wound,
That's how you do
and
it.
helped him. Got him to the hospital, and he lived.
Yeah.
Well, he ended up. It wasn't because of that, but he also had OCD, which actually ruined his NHL career, because the older he got, the worse it got, and it was like untreated. And he would, like, the Buffalo Sabres would be going on like a road trip, so he had to be at the airport at 3:00 in the afternoon, and he'd leave his house at 2, and he'd get halfway to the airport and be like, "I left my oven on." And he'd have to turn around and go back home and like check the oven.
Oh,
And then he'd head back to the airport already late, but if, whatever, another flight, something like that. And he'd be like, "I left the oven on." And he'd turn around and he'd go back. And his OCD ruined his career. When he finally got his like mental health under control and stable, he was like past his prime. He played in the minor leagues, like the AHL underneath the NHL for a little bit, but he was basically done. Yeah, but YouTube that if you ever, it ain't for the faint of heart. It is not for the faint of heart. If you guys are listening, Clint Malarchuk. In my lifetime, I'm 45. Yeah, in my lifetime, I think there's been 3 NHLers that have had their throats slit by
holy cow. I thought that was a
hockey
joke.
skates. No, it's for realsies.
I thought that was a bunch of
YouTube it.
Malarchuk.
Yeah, one guy it
is
was
that
like a
right?
Nick. One guy it was like a Nick, but 2 guys, Malarchuk and somebody else, I forget the other guy, but it was a well-known hockey guy right across the neck.
Yeah. So you have 2 jugular veins on either side and 2 arteries beneath them. And
I thought one was the jugular and one was the carotid.
no, the carotid's the artery, but you have one on either side of your windpipe. And then there's a device inside your brain called the circle of Willis, which is like a
What you talk about, Willis?
Willis. It's a circle of vasculature. So if you cut one side, you can just hold it closed and you won't die because blood will be going up and down the other side and it circles around your brain and it keeps you alive.
Ooh. You want to hear something sad? This isn't fun. This is a sad story. I knew a bouncer at a club in Detroit, and there was a fight outside the club, and the bouncers were throwing people out, and a dude took put car keys in his hand, and punched the bouncer in the neck.
Yeah.
And one of the car keys stabbed his artery, his jugular. And so he was holding it, and in a panic, he like walked inside the building. And just in a panic, he was just pacing, and he went down in the basement of the club where there wasn't anything going on that day.
Oh.
So once the fight ended, and everyone's like, "Oh, where's so and so?" They're like, "I don't know. I think I saw him walk in. He was holding his neck." Well, then they get in the club and they see blood on the ground, so they follow the blood, and he's downstairs laying on a table, and the people. This is what's awful. The staff that was there were like, "Give him CPR." So they started doing chest compressions,
Just pumping it out.
pumped all his blood out. Dude died.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't plug the wound. They just did CPR, pumped every last drop out of him. Yep.
There you go. First aid on Joe
First
and
aid,
Reese's
peeps.
Pickle and Boot Shop. We
Plug
haven't
the
even-
wound.
we haven't
plug
even
the
welcomed
wound.
people. Welcome to the Pickle and Boot Shop, episode
Mm-hmm.
55. You learn basic first aid.
drive 55. That's my Reese Roper.
That's not Sammy Hagar. I'll never buy your lousy records again. Never again. Never again. Oh, if tomorrow may come, tomorrow may never come. Nerf Herder? No. Again.
Yeah, Nerf Herder. Twin
I
sister.
love that band. What's on the old agenda? There, fella. You know what I want to talk about?
I don't know. What'd you text me?
Put intro/catch-up. I listened to the episode because I think we're supposed to critique it, and I like critique is that I'm an idiot. I cannot speak I can't say a coherent sentence. When I edit
is it 'cause of
it's
the
at
failure
double
puddle?
time, and so I'm like, Joe, no, maybe. So what happened is when I edit it, it's playing at double time. And then I think there's not as many spaces in between my incoherent speech. But there's a lot. It's a lot. I don't like how much I say like, which I just said twice. In
I
one
know.
sentence.
I have a problem with that too. I think I probably rubbed it off on you because
No.
I believe I got you saying, yeah. So when we first started, I think I said yeah, and then you started saying yeah a lot. And then I say like a ton. And I really, when I get like into a story, when I get into a story, I say like a lot, and I cannot stand it. And I try not to do it, but what are you going to do, right?
Yeah, but
It's like telling a
when
mouse
you,
not
when
to
you
like
talk, it's
cheese.
funny.
That's
true.
because I'm raised in public schools, Michigan public schools.
Yeah. I went to private school, so I can't relate. I went to All Souls Catholic School for 8th grade, which made me
Our Lady of the Iron Underwear.
made me far superior to the rest of you.
What are those things called that you like chain them on your pelvis?
A chastity belt?
Yeah, Our Lady of the Wooden Chastity Belt. Oh, Sister Mary.
I feel
Why you bugging?
chastity belt at my at the Catholic school I went to was. Should I say this? It's going to be really mean.
Yeah.
It was the girls' faces. Oh, it's awful.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. But I mean, it was at a point. Was that a point in time in your life where you had the long locks?
No. It was a point in time where I had Coke bottle glasses and kind of this mousy blonde hair, and I parted it in the middle.
Oh, of course.
And that was the
Why not?
well,
Why
some
wouldn't
people-
you? You know what I mean?
Right, Stringfellow Hawk on
Yeah.
the hit TV show Airwolf did it, and I was trying to copy Jan Michael Vincent.
That was the movie. That was the song for Airwolf.
It was so good.
Oh, that sucker came out of like a volcano or the side of a mountain, didn't it? Or was that Blue Thunder?
I don't know. I think Airwolf was the TV ripoff of Blue Thunder.
But it was so good. Blue Thunder was a TV show too. I think after
they
the
came
movie.
later, and they're like, "Come on,
Yeah.
these guys already figured it out."
I had
It's-
both
do
the
you remember-
toys.
You did.
Yeah.
Dang. I did not. I just had G.I. Joe. I had the
I had Blue
Cobra?
Thunder. Yeah, I had Blue Thunder, which was the helicopter that could fit G.I. Joes. It was like a ripoff.
Oh,
They made
oh,
it so
hey.
you could play with your G.I. Joes in there.
yeah.
And then the Airwolf that I had was small. It was bigger than a Micro Machine. It was maybe like 4 or 5 inches long. A little Airwolf, yeah.
I just had the G.I. Joe. I had that Cobra helicopter that looked incredibly dangerous because the guy was sitting and there was no cockpit really. You're just kind of sitting on a seat and the blade was maybe like 2 feet above that guy's head. That poor fellow.
Oh yeah, it was black.
Yeah.
And then like in the nose cone, it had like a circle with a laser that came out.
Yes.
Like a sphere. I remember that.
And then I had the Dragonfly, which was piloted by Wild Bill. And it was actually a Huey Cobra, but they couldn't call it that because it was confusing for kids and adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite G.I. Joe vehicle.
G.I. Joe, and then yeah. Go ahead. I'm articulate.
My favorite G.I. Joe vehicle was the Cobra A-10. That Wild Weasel.
Oh yeah, that thing was badass.
Yeah,
Hey,
that was my favorite.
They're still flying those things.
Yeah, here in Michigan.
What was it called? The Rattler. Cobra
Rattler.
Yes.
Good
that thing was
job.
So cool. Yeah.
Yep. And they made it so that the wings flipped up like a jump jet.
Yeah.
So like the real A-10 doesn't do that. The real A-10 doesn't do that.
Okay, but this one was. They flipped up and then it did vertical takeoff and landing for all you lay people that don't understand the G.I. Joe lingo.
Lay mo people. Here in Michigan is where all the A-10s fly out of. Selfridge Air Force Base.
Okay.
So in the summer, we're blessed with them doing maneuvers and stuff like that. And every now and then, every couple times a month, you'll have like 3 or 4 of them in formation just rocket past your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome.
There's talk of getting rid of those things in the military because they fly really slow compared to jets. But I think they have more firepower, but now they've got the whatever they call the spitting witch, those flying fortresses that shoot all the crap on people.
Yeah.
I sound like I know what I'm talking about. We'll get a letter.
The A-10s are basically like tank busters.
Busters.
The only vehicle where they built the gun, they built the Gatling gun first, and we're like, all right, how do we put this on planes? Because it was mammoth. And then they were like, you know what? We got to build a plane around it. And that's what they did. They built the gun first, built the plane around it. But it doesn't do air-to-air combat. It just basically destroys tanks and ground troops.
Yeah. Basically,
but that thing's been in service since like 1976. The word is commissioned or something. I think the A-10 was commissioned in like 76. And so it's 2022 and that sucker is still going strong.
Yeah, and how many countries have we gone to war with that have tanks?
4.
4. But they also had 4 tanks. We won.
Yeah. I know that Desert Storm.
They did have
the Gulf
4
Wars.
Tanks.
They just
not for long.
Do you remember that? Do you remember like the video of Desert Storm where like overnight we were getting video of like highways and like every tank on a highway for 10 miles was just destroyed.
Yes.
And that was just because like A-10s were flying through. And then when they would go to refuel, like the Apache helicopters would just do circles and the tank turrets couldn't turn fast enough, nor could they like really shoot up. And so the Apaches would just fly like one would, like a group of 2 or 3 would fly like clockwise. Another group would fly counterclockwise high enough up and just rain down. It was like a video game on like God mode and they would just destroy them. And
the Ukrainians are watching these videos and like, please, can we have one? Just send them. Just send one here.
Can we just have one Apache? Yes. We'll make it work.
Sorry, guys. If it was up to Joe and I, we'd be sending them over.
If it was up to Reese and I, we'd send 10. Because that's all you'd need to win the war.
Yeah.
So, I don't even know what we're talking about today. Have we even
don't either.
started?
We have no idea what we're talking about, by the way. This is way out of our pay grade.
Mm-hmm.
Joe
Way out of our
and Reese,
budget.
We said welcome. I did say that. Yes.
Okay.
Talked about my ability to form coherent sentences.
Right. Oh, you know what I critiqued on the show?
Yeah.
I wasn't really able over this last week. I was so freaking busy at work. I really had zero time to check Facebook. So when I did, there was so much stuff to go over. It was hard to get to everything. But people really ripped me apart on my critique of Doctor Strange.
Yeah, well, they lumped me in with that too because I was not at all. I mean, I was more pleased than you. You said it was hot garbage.
Yeah.
I just
Or cool garbage.
cool garbage.
Like what's worse than hot
lukewarm.
garbage? Nothing, I guess, because hot garbage is nasty.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I didn't like it, and everybody just destroyed me.
So the one I read was somebody had said you've never seen a Sam Raimi movie, which you talked about. You talked about seeing The
I've
Evil
met
Dead.
Sam Raimi.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Have you
I mean,
really?
I've seen his movies. I have behind me here. I have all the Evil Deads. I have. Look at this here. Look at this.
I don't see it, man. I just see the hockey players, and then I don't see that creepy doll of your sister's right now. I'm happy about that.
I want you to see this though. Look at this. The Necromicon.
Oh yeah, you've got the
I have the
Necromicon.
Yeah, I have the Evil
It's-
Dead, the limited edition Necromicon.
It's bound
take
in
it out
human
here.
flesh.
Yep,
I'm
I'll
just-
take it out. And
just
it opens.
Describing what I see. Opens the Book of the Dead,
Yep.
human flesh. What is that?
It has the incantations.
Baradakado Niktu. What is the?
I don't even think it's like readable. See, it's just
No.
kind of like. But
It's
yeah,
in Coptic.
So don't tell me, people. I
Don't
don't know
talk to
Sam
people.
Raimi movie. Come on, people. Now I will have
people.
to say this: after they were highly critical of my comments, a few people did. You know, just like in any argument, a few people did make good arguments and made me think, oh, you know what? You're right there. You're right there. So as people started going through and talking about all the nods to these Sam Raimi movies and the different things that he put in it, I did start to see that. And I'm like, you know what? They're right. Like, that was cool. That is cool. And so a couple of people did persuade me where maybe the next time I go back and watch it, I won't watch it through the lens of like, this is going to be the next big Marvel movie. I'm going to watch it like this is a Sam Raimi Marvel movie. This is a Marvel Evil Dead, which I believe one person said. They said this is a Marvel Evil Dead. And so once I think that way, I'll enjoy it a little bit more. Other people started saying it was like a harken back to the original comics where there was a monster of the week. And somebody had to beat that monster. So the first half of the movie was that one-eyed monster. And people were saying they loved it. It was like a throwback to like old school before like Frank Miller. Before Frank Miller wrote the Dark Knight. And made it where people could think like, wow, this stuff can be gritty. Where it was just colorful and monster of the week. And so when people started saying that, I was like, you know what? You might be right. So I think my mind may have been changed. I want to watch it again. But expecting like another great Iron Man movie or another, Guardians of the Galaxy or some of my favorite, Endgame, that it wasn't. And that's where I think, because I think so highly of Marvel movies, the bar is set high for me.
Yeah.
So I'll watch it again.
Okay. I'll give it
I'm
another
sorry,
chance
Reese.
as well.
I'll watch it again.
I'll watch
Do
it
it.
again too. I felt the same as you, though. I was
felt the
kind of bummed out. We
as
talked about it enough, but I'll give it
Yeah.
another shot.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, in this age of wokeness and not being able to convince anybody of anything. People argue about abortion, about gun control, about all these things on the internet. And you can't change anybody's mind. Guess what? You guys changed our minds. So a big pat on the back, a big feather in your cap, and a big butt slap for what you guys have done by destroying us and critiquing us and cutting us down on the discussion page. So good job, you guys.
I don't agree with them. I'm just going to give it another chance. So you may
okay,
be like,
okay.
yeah, fine, that harkens back to old comics. But I'm thinking that harkens back to dumb comics. So you guys love it because it reminds you of dumb comics. But
And remember, he also
he
also hates
your opinion
camping.
is stupid.
He also hates camping in Virginia. Thinks it's garbage.
My internet connection sucks right now, and you might want to blame me, but I'm blaming my nephew who's upstairs playing Roblox. He needs to get that crap turned off.
Yeah.
It's 12:23 p.m. on his time in Phoenix, and he needs to go to Nai.
No, I think you did the wrong math there.
Nai. Oh yeah, dang it! It's 6:23.
Yeah, he's going to be
PM.
up till midnight
He's got 6 more hours of this.
of energy. Yeah.
There goes the pickle and boot shop, everybody.
Yep. We're done. All because a little Travis has got to build a house
Come on, Travis.
of fire.
Fire. He's like he pretends to be a wolf or a dragon, and they go around and they have to get a new outfit. That's what Roblox.
Yeah, because that's
is.
what wolves and dragons do.
In real life, I've seen it. Seen a lot of wolves, a lot of cool outfits.
Wolves and hey, by the way, do you like dragons?
What?
Good.
Then you'll love Roblox.
Good. I've told you my dragon joke, right?
No.
You like dragons?
Yeah.
Good, because later on I'll be dragging my balls across your forehead. A good old toxic male joke. Toxic masculinity at its finest.
It's fine if you're saying that to a lady who you're happily wedded to and it's consensual.
Or a waitress that you
Or a
just met
waitress.
moments ago.
That's true. Thank you, Joe, for clarifying that. Thank you.
Speaking of toxic masculinity, a couple of things. My girlfriend and I thought it would be really cool to start a store called Toxic Masculinity. And in the store, everything would be geared towards the traditional male appetite. So there would be tools. There would be stuff dealing with cars. There would be battle axes. You could buy swords. You could do all this stuff. There would be steroids for sale. You could buy bench press machines.
Okay.
There, you could do all this stuff. And the store would be called Toxic Masculinity. But here's the twist. The entire staff would be women. So these men would come into the store, this Toxic Masculinity store, and they would then have to ask the women for help in finding things, in returning things, in any help that they would need in the store. And I find that hysterical. I find it hysterical that toxic masculinity would be staffed by women, and then you would have to ask them for help.
I think this is a good business model because the dudes would want to show off for the ladies. And so they'd be buying extra stuff they didn't need and to try and show off.
Yeah.
Perfect. You'd make $1 million.
Or like when the dude goes into toxic masculinity to like buy a weight set, but he doesn't quite know how to set it up, doesn't quite know what he's doing. And then the lady would have to mansplain to the dude how to set up whatever equipment, tell him how he had to use whatever screw, put it into a stud to hang the picture. You know what I mean? And so it
Perfect.
would be toxic masculinity staffed by women, all help, all whatever would be done by women. I think that would be amazing.
I think you'd make $1 million.
I do too. And here's
right.
the other thing.
Here's
the other
we
thing.
gotta trademark it before we put this live.
Yeah, we should. And then here's the other thing. Speaking of toxic masculinity,
Yeah.
I am what they call a city boy. I was born and raised in South Detroit. Born and raised in South Detroit. But I wasn't. I was born in north side of Detroit. But anywho, I was thinking, I was up at Heidi's this weekend.
Uh-huh.
And so I was up at my girlfriend's place, and she lives in rural Michigan, and she does all sorts of fixity things. Like, I am so impressed by what she does. If my daughters did the stuff that she did, oh my gosh, I'd be so proud of them because they didn't learn it from me. So this weekend, my girlfriend taught me how to change blades on a riding lawnmower, how to put a new belt on a riding lawnmower,
Okay.
and how to change the oil on a riding lawnmower. I changed the oil, I drained the old oil, changed the air filter, and put more oil into it. All that. Never done that stuff before. Learned how to do all of it.
That's amazing, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good on
Guys,
you.
I'm becoming more woke. I'm becoming more what's it called? Less toxically male.
Because you can work on a ride-on mower.
Yeah.
More toxic is if you make a woman do it or a slave.
Yes. So
Yeah.
the woman taught me how to do it. So I'm a 45-year-old. Yeah.
I got it. I get your
So
angle there.
I'm a 45-year-old man, and a 34-year-old woman taught me how to change blades, change a belt, and change the oil.
You're 9 years older than your girlfriend?
Again, you're bad with math. I'm 11 years older.
You're right.
You're killing me tonight, man. You're killing me.
Good job, Joe. I know.
Yeah.
Listen, I worked, so I went to work. This is the problem when I go to work. They're understaffed. They keep firing people, so I keep going to work, and they're just like, hey, you're in charge of 2 units now instead of 1. And so
You're like, cool,
instead of-
pay me for 2.
No, they don't. And sometimes they make me be charge nurse, and I don't get paid extra for that either. I'm just kind of
Oh, forget
agreeing
that.
because I want to become an actual employee there. So, like, there I go. I said like.
That's
so,
all right. Fight
as
through it.
if. So as if. So Saturday I worked at 16. They gave me 2 units all day. Kids are going crazy, so you're just bouncing between kids where you're having to restrain them and stuff, and then you have to chart on all this. You have to keep calling doctors and parents and say, "Hey, little Johnny did this, and we had to put him in the chair." And you do that all day long. Get off at 11:30, sleep for 5 hours, go back. I did it again. I had another 2 units. Went back this morning for what I thought was an 8-hour shift, and they extended it to 14 hours.
Oh my gosh. Uh-huh. Are they
Same
legally
thing,
allowed to
2
do that?
units.
I mean, you're not salary.
No, I get paid per hour, but I get paid the same.
So once you hit 40, do you get paid
Over
time and a half?
Yeah,
Okay.
time and a half. And so I think I want to write a letter and just say, hey, please, maybe, because there's got to be 15 other nurses that work there in management, and they were nowhere to be found, all weekend. So here, there's 2 guys that are doing the jobs of 4 nurses, and everybody
Toxic
else is
masculinity.
at home. It was me and Matt. Matt, who looks like the original G.I. Joe doll, like that had the extra facial hair. That was it looked like if you
Like
tried to
felt?
comb it, felt like your comb would not come back out of that thing if it was real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's that
like
hairy.
If that guy got facial lice, you couldn't treat it. You couldn't get through that barrier.
Is he the type of guy that shaves before work and has a full beard by lunch?
I think he does.
Yeah.
I think he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's basically,
this
he fights evil with that beard.
So this is what
So
I think
thick.
you need to do.
Uh-huh.
If you're going to write a letter, I challenge you, Reese Roper, to
Number one,
write
learn to
the
read.
letter. Write the letter as though it's song lyrics. Try and have the letter go like let it have like a rhythm to it, and rhyme the words, and then turn that letter in, and they'll read it and be like, "What the? Like, there's no way this guy made this thing rhyme." He's asking us for more money. He's telling us that this isn't really right. He enjoys working here, but it all rhymes. And then if they bring that to your attention, be like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, you didn't read your letter. Like, if you read it, it reads like a poem, and it reads like it, and it rhymes." And you'll be like, "I don't know what you're talking about." Reese Roper, I think that would be brilliant.
My entire point will be either lost, or they'll think I'm an idiot. They'll think we're not, but it may work in my favor. They'll just say,
I think it would
giving this guy
1,000%
2
work.
units
I think it would 1,000
He
work
seems
in your
touched.
favor. If I was the boss and I got that, someone gave that to me, I'd be like, okay, I get what the guy's saying. But he had the balls to put it into a rhyming poem.
An iambic pentameter.
How much does that say that you just don't give a F? Like, you're like, yeah, I want to say this to him, but I'm going to do it in
This is a good
rhyme.
idea, Joe.
Reese, I
Good
think it's
idea.
amazing. I think it would be amazing.
All right.
And listeners,
I
if you're
will
out there,
ponder upon this.
listeners, if you're out there and you're thinking about asking for a raise, quitting, all these other things, I challenge you to do it in a rhyming pattern. Do it as a poem, and then act like you have no clue what they're talking about. I think that would be brilliant. And Reese just fell asleep.
No, Joe.
Oh,
I'm
there
not
he is.
asleep. I'm reading about our episode
Oh, what we're
Is
doing
this-
next?
intro / catch up. That's what we're doing right now.
We're still doing intro to
Still
catch up.
catching up.
I think I took that
Oh.
class in college, intro to catch up.
Intro to catch up. Catch up is an Indonesian word for.
Have you ever watched
know
that?
that?
Show? I think we talked about it. The Foods That Made America, the Foods That Built America.
No.
It's on the Discovery Channel. It is a really fun show to watch, and it's
Glad
not.
you didn't say it's on HBO Max, because I'm not going to watch it, because I decided, Joe, I'm not going to listen to your tempting of
do you
me
mean?
to steal from the HBO, from the Home Box Office Corporation.
If HBO
I'm not
didn't
gonna
want it
steal.
done, they would block it. They'd make it so you couldn't log in from where you were.
They would.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
You know, that's not what
You
Jesus
think
said.
you think
when he was
HBO?
between two people that stole HBO Max.
I think that was in the book of internet. Book of streaming.
That's not what he said when he was between the two people that borrowed their friend's account on HBO Max. I don't think.
But I think HBO knows that people share the accounts, and they would do something about it. Mm-hmm. Like Hulu. Like, I can't share my Hulu account.
Oh, really? Because
Yeah,
I was
my
hoping I could talk you into that too.
Yeah, my Hulu account, it'll say, like, it'll ask you a question like, is this your new home? Like, is this where you're staying? And it only allows you to switch. Like, you could do 3 switches a year. So, like, if I let
that's
you
pretty
borrow
good.
it, that would be 1. And then the next time I logged in, that would be 2. And then if somebody else logged in, that would be 3, going by, I guess, like the IP address or something like that, the server, I don't know what. And then I wouldn't be able to watch it on mine.
This worries me because I am sharing a Hulu account with my ex. I don't think
Wait.
she's logging into it, though.
I think you guys are probably no, because I don't know. I don't
We
know
got it
because
through the Walter Disney Plus, the Walter Elias Disney Plus network. We got that in some ESPN thing, which I've never used.
Oh, ESPN's good because it has all those old 30 for 30 documentaries, like the documentaries on like the Bad Boys, the Pistons, and they're
Not
like
interested.
Bad Boys run. Oh, and you know what comes out this month? The new 30 for 30 that releases during the Stanley Cup Finals. They did a 2-hour documentary on the game. And do you know what the game is?
Yeah, you gave me your DVD of this. I have it still. DVD of
Yeah.
it. It came free with your DVD player.
I think so. Are we talking about the same thing?
Is it the game? Is it John Elway playing, doing the helicopter, Broncos versus Green Bay Packers? What are you talking about? There's no other game.
The game in
Joe,
sports is
it was
the
that,
Red Wings
Super Bowl.
versus the Avalanche, where where the entire game was fights. The Red Wings won it in overtime. That's the game.
Joe, I don't think that's the game. I think that's a game.
That's the game.
Well, who won?
The Red Wings.
Yeah, it's a game. Okay, we're just gonna say that right now. It is a game. That happened.
I'll tell you what, though. I want them Avs to win the Stanley Cup this year. If the Rangers
Are they
win,
having
I
the Stanley
win
Cup this year.
$85. But if the Avs win, I don't win anything. But if the Rangers win, I win $85. But yeah, it's the Avs and versus Edmonton Oilers, and they're up 3-0. And then
Edmonton
Rangers
have a
and
hockey
Tampa.
team?
What's that?
Does Edmonton have a hockey team?
Yeah, man, that's like where Gretzky
I know.
forged his legacy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. You can go to the mall there and you can watch them practice in this giant mall that spans 52 acres. I
Oh,
don't know how big
seriously?
it is. It's freaking enormous.
I've never been to Edmonton. Did you guys go?
We went. Did I go with Roper? I think I went with Roper, and we went into this mall, and it was enormous, bigger than the Mall of America.
It's called the Edmonton Mall, and for
Edmonton
enormous,
Mall.
I'm like
I think
smelling.
it's called the Edmonton Mall.
I'm like
probably
smelling weed.
It's probably me, dude.
I don't know if it's coming in through the vents. I don't know if a neighbor's smoking weed, but holy smoke! And the thing is, I can't smell weed, so like because of COVID, so weed now has this COVID-y smell, and that's what I'm smelling is this horrible COVID smell.
COVID-y smell.
Yeah, that's what I call it. It farts, flowers. It all smells COVID-y.
COVID-y. You're smelling phenols. You're just like I'm processing phenols from.
Whatever it is, but
Right?
phenols don't smell good. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that right now. All right, when are we going to start this? Have we even started
We gotta
recording?
talk
Are people
about-
even
yeah.
listening to this?
No, they're not. I don't think anybody's listening anymore.
Well,
You have on the agenda. You want to talk about your daughter Ella is graduating. Can we talk about that?
You're right. So that is something that I sent you was I wasn't sure I was going to be able to record this entire week. I even posted on the discussion page that we weren't going to be able to record this week because my daughter has graduation ceremony. She has graduation ceremony, her all-night party. We have to set up for her party.
Whoa, Miss Lippy.
Yeah.
The part I don't understand is all night party.
Yeah.
That's
The high
happening?
high
You're gonna
school
allow
does an
this?
all-night party.
Oh my gosh. Is at the high school? Chaperoned?
It used to be, yes, it used to be, but now it's at a place called the Imagine Theater. So it has movie theaters, it has bowling, it has a restaurant in it, and they've rented the whole thing out. And then there's like suites that I think they have like a casino set up in one of the suites. I think they have all sorts of different things like set up around
Cornhole?
the place. Cornhole.
glory
Yep.
hole?
I hope not.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Corn dog?
Hope so.
Whew.
Yeah. But dude, we sit here and we talk about all the crap that we've gone through with our bands and stuff like that. And you know, the kids, the listeners
crap.
hear about our kids and things of that nature. But my daughter graduates. It was supposed to be tonight. And because it was supposed to rain, get this. There was an 87% chance of rain, so they canceled it today. And it never rained. Not one drop. So they postponed it to tomorrow. Tomorrow, they say there's like a 90% chance of rain. So tomorrow it might get canceled. So it's like all these families are on hold every night of the week. Like you can't plan anything because you have this stuff. So I wasn't going to be able to record this week. Today it got canceled. The ceremony where she gets her diploma and all that stuff. Yeah, so I was able to do this.
I'm so glad, Joe. I'm
Yeah.
sad for Ella,
Yeah.
but glad for you.
Yeah. But it's so weird. Like, you know, we get on here and we talk about like our youth and we talk about all that stuff. And then you get jolted back into reality that you're 45 years old and that you have an 18-year-old graduating from high school.
Yeah. And the possibility of you guys switching your souls with your bodies is really high if you've watched a
Yeah.
lot of Disney movies like I have.
Yeah, like a Zac Efron switches bodies with Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Yeah, that has happened in real life. They're just documentaries at this point, basically.
Just
Jamie Lee
medical,
Curtis.
just German medical. Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis and Zac
Switches
Efron.
with Zac Efron, with Haley Mills. They did like a three-way thing. She went back to the 60s. They flipped over. There was a trap. There was
It's called
parents that were
it's
trapped.
called the parent slap.
The parent slap. And
Yeah,
this is all documented, people.
yeah,
It's all real.
it's weird. And then Jimmy Radcliffe, the little kid from Harry Potter, the little Radcliffe guy, he's in it.
He's in it. He was
The
part of
quirky
it.
neighbor. Yeah,
quirky neighbor. It's true.
yeah. They called him Eddie.
So
Eddie
that's good.
Porter.
That could happen. I would keep an eye on your daughter for that.
Anything could happen at this overnight party.
Yep.
How nerve wracking. But yeah, so that's what I got this week, people. And it's going to make all this stuff just a little tricky to record.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go another hour.
I don't either, man. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Did we talk to people about how I'm standing up right now so I don't fall asleep?
No.
Yep. It's
I
happening.
think this right now, I think we do an hour and this goes to the Patreon. So they at least get their hour.
Oh, really?
That's what I think.
They got 2 hours last week, those greedy assholes.
Man,
Is it nice to call you guys assholes or patronizers?
I wouldn't.
You bastards. Is
You
that
clean, well-kept buttholes.
better? That's better. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah.
Always
what-
keeping it just above the line. That's how I know we have a line, is that I say those things and then you bring it back.
Yep. The butt crack
Thank you.
is the line, and then I wipe
you,
from
Joe.
front to back. I bring it back.
Joe, on your list you wrote, heard precarious was too much.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I haven't heard the word precarious, I want to say, since I was in my 20s. And
Precarious.
last week,
Uh-huh.
in 2 days, 3 separate people, within 48 hour span, 3 separate people said the word precarious to me.
Really?
And I couldn't understand what was going on. Like, I kind of thought I was being punked. Like, I thought a bunch of people in my life were like, let's get together and start saying precarious around Joe to really throw him for a loop. And it worked.
They were just like,
It
yeah, this
worked.
is very precarious here.
Yeah, the first was my cousin, her boyfriend, was telling me about some property he has up north in Michigan, and how they always have trespassers walking through their property because they have tons of acres. They always have trespassers walking through. And he was asking me some legal questions about it. And he said the main reason is because there's a path, the main path that you walk. A tree had come down during a storm and fell across the path, but it got hung up on another tree. And he said, so the tree is laying there quite precariously. Mm-hmm. And when he said that, I was like, what in the world? This is a 21-year-old kid, 20-year-old kid, and he's using $5 words like precarious?
Precariously? He used the adverb form.
Yeah. And then the next day, I was hanging out. Was it the next day or that day? I was hanging out with my girlfriend, and she said, oh, it was quite the precarious situation. And I was like, what? I was like, what made you say that word? And she's like, I don't know, it fit. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And then I think my mom or my sister or somebody else, there was 3 people that used the word precarious in 2 days.
It's madness,
and then it quit.
Joe.
And then it quit. And then the word was never used again.
Until today, when it was used about 52 times on episode 55
but
of Joe and Reese's Pickle and Boot Shop.
Has that ever happened to you? Like you never hear a word, or you haven't heard a word in the longest time, and then all of a sudden it just you get it over and over? Has that ever happened to you?
You feel like you're dreaming or getting punked with?
Oh, it's weird.
Yeah.
The other thing that I think is weird.
I just need to tell you what's similar that's happened to me is a lot of people recently have come up to me and said, I'm very handsome. And at first I was really shocked.
Really
but
offended.
it happens. Yeah. I was like, are you sure? But it's
like, what are you
happened
getting
so
at?
much lately that
You're not getting in my wallet.
it's something like a glitch in the matrix. It happens fortnightly, if not daily.
Fort Daily.
Fort Daily. What is that? Every 2 days? It's Fort Daily.
Yeah.
No, nobody says that. I'm just saying.
Oh, I doubt that.
They
You should hear all the
Oh, geez. Joe, we just hung up on each other.
What in the world? Bye, George.
George?
Are you there?
What happened?
I touched my headphone. It turned my headphone off.
Hang on.
And then it kicked me out of Skype.
Do a clap with me. 3.
Okay.
Okay, ready? 3,
Yep.
2, 1. All right.
All right. So, what were we talking about? Precarious, and you're handsome.
Yeah, that's a lie.
You're precariously handsome. And so all these women are hitting on you, telling you how handsome you are.
No, that doesn't happen, by the way.
I think it does. I've gone down the Reddit wormhole of what people, both men and women, think of you.
Where is this? Reddit
On
wormhole?
Reddit.
Are you kidding? Or are you just making this up? Because I need to see this. I need some. My ego needs something. I am hurting. Are you kidding? This really happens?
No, I'm kidding.
Jeez, I knew it.
I'm sure there is one. Dude, you made over $1 million on a Kickstarter project. That's because women think you're handsome and dudes want to be you.
It's because dudes want to be
Our
inside
Kickstarter
of me. They want to cut my
Yes.
skin off and wear it as a bathrobe.
Exactly, because you're that good looking.
Mm-hmm.
Insiders, we only made $7,000. Actually, 6,500. Al had to pay the other 500 for us to get the rest of the money
Thank you, Al.
to hit our goal.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Al. R.I.P.
And then you make $1.2 million.
It keeps going up.
Yeah, you got because people are still paying for that Kickstarter.
Do you ever say like I make $0.02 million?
No, you know what? Me and my buddy Cal. You know what me and my buddy Cal do? And you guys, when you hear this, you may not think it's all that funny, but it's a Trojan horse. You'll hear me say this joke. It'll go in your brain, and at some point over the next week, you will hear the setup. You will say this joke, and you will get laughs.
Okay.
Or you will get this reaction that causes you to laugh, to be like, yep, I did it. So when you hear like these amounts of money, like, oh, when someone's like, dude, Elon Musk is buying Twitter for $54 billion or whatever it is, go, yeah, that's more than I make in a year. And it's just that stupid, simple joke
Just keep saying it.
Yeah. And anytime it's an astronomical amount, just act like you're being serious and be like, wow, that's more than I make in a year. And the looks you get from people are like, yeah, no duh, stupid. It's $400 million or whatever it is. And or people will just start laughing like, yeah, it is. Yeah, and it's just a fun one. So you guys try it. Try it.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah, it's a
Next
good
time you
time.
say it.
Yep. Keep that one in your back pocket. That's a fun one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joe.
What else is on that piece of paper? We got 5 more minutes.
It says, talk about DeMakes a
And then I'm going to be
podcast."
asleep. And then I'm going to be asleep in 7 minutes. Oh, yeah. I want to hear about DeMakes' podcast. Reese, I thought that went fantastic.
Did you listen to it?
I listened to it, and I'm not blowing smoke up your skirt, man. I think you were one of, if not the best interview he's ever done.
That's
So
bullshit. Joe.
No, it's not. No, it's not, Reese. So many people. I listen to all those, man. People come on, they're robotic. They're like introverted. They're not a good interview. They don't know what they're talking about. Like
I didn't
they
know
don't
what
know.
I was talking about.
No, but here's the thing. Like
He'd be
there's
like,
other people.
It sounds like guitars or horns here, and I'd be like, maybe.
But the
Scott
thing is,
wrote it.
well, here's the thing. You might have said maybe, but you had a funny story or quip to go along with it. I've listened to other podcasts. I think it was 3 before you. Something in the last 3 weeks where they're like talking to the guy and they're like, so, what'd you do with the guitars here? He's like, I don't know. The guitar player, he did it. And then
Yeah.
Chris is like, oh, okay. Well, what about this? Would you consider this the pre-chorus? And he's like, we never did, but I guess you could say that. And it's just like, and then there's no story to go along with it. There's no little funny quip. There's no, so it's just so many people. And then you get the musicians, the guys who really want to dig into it and talk
Yeah.
about the music and every note.
The chord changes.
That's not what people want. Yeah, people want to hear the backstory of the song, hear a rough reason of why it's written the way it's written. So it's like if someone's like, yeah, then we decided to go for a key change here. Like, okay, I want to know that. I want to know why you decided to do that. Okay, it breaks up the song. It kind of added a little more punch to it. That's what I want to hear. I don't need to get into nuts and bolts. I don't need to hear the word coda. I don't need to hear like any of that stuff. I want to know funny stories that happened during recording. I want to hear stories about bands. And that's what you delivered. I think you did an excellent job.
You're so nice. If you guys
And
haven't
you
listened to that podcast, it's really amazing too.
It's
But
really good.
probably
it's one that I listen to.
mediocre when I'm on it.
No, not true. Reese is being Reese. The other thing with it is, what was I going to say? Dang it! What was I going to say? It was good. It was blah 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 blah. I don't know. I forget. But it's good. It was really, really good. I was proud of you. Oh,
You're
I remember
like,
what I
you
was going to say.
sounded more articulate than you do on our show. And I was going to say, that's because they have somebody to edit it. That's not me.
And you took 2 Adderall before you went on. But you said the sound was going to be bad. You were like, yeah, it's going to be the Skype sound because my mic wasn't working.
I thought it was. I don't know if they cleaned it up or my mic actually recorded it.
It obviously did because it's amazing sound.
Yeah,
It sounds
did sound
fantastic. It sounded like you were in studio with him.
I don't know how that happened.
Yeah. And if
Maybe.
they have software that they can take Skype audio, is that what you guys did it over Skype?
We did it. Yeah, it was Zoom.
Okay. I mean, if they have equipment that can take Zoom and make it sound like that, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You got to tap into that.
I feel super. I felt just out of water. Like it was not for me. When he started it, I listened. Somebody was like, "I think you told me about it. You should check this out." So I started listening to it, and it was people in Less Than Jake or people from bands that I knew because. Like from the ska scene or that I'd been on the Ska Against Racism tour with. And then suddenly it was enormous. It was people maybe I knew a little bit, like Alkaline Trio, and then Huey Lewis and the lady
Bon Jovi.
Yeah, dude. It's out of control.
Yeah.
So then I got an email and he said, "Hey, I want to have you on the show." And I was kind of like, no, you don't. But they were so cool. And Chris Fafalios, the guy that is his producer, super cool. And beforehand, I listened to his band Punchline. I was out mowing the lawn for 18 hours or whatever it takes me to mow this stupid lawn. And I needed something to listen to. And I was like, I heard about Punchline on the Krista Makes a podcast. So I listened to him and it's pretty good. His band is pretty good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So then I went on and they were so cool. I mean, I wish I had more time to hang out with and talk with Chris because, like I said, when we toured with him, I was fanboyed out the whole time and I was afraid to talk to those guys. Plus, there was this weird thing where I don't think everybody in our band felt like this, but that kind of, you get this from being in a youth group where you're like, we're going to go to this secular thing and you just got to remember, gird your loins and you got to watch
I know
out.
what you're
Just
talking
make
about.
sure that they know you're a Christian by your love and don't, they need to make sure that you're just exuding the love of Christ and, that they know you're Christians. And we're not slipping and we're not backsliding and we're not becoming of the world. We're just in it, but don't do that. And that was it rattling around major, I think, in a lot of our heads when we did that. So for me, there was a lot of just like seizing up because I knew that on the other band's buses, they were doing quote unquote drugs or having sex, which meant that, like, probably they were smoking pot and drinking in moderation, both things, because they had to play.
Yeah.
That the craziest thing was Roger got his nipple pierced, and I think he was not bathing very well because we were doing this crazy tour and they weren't getting hotels, they were just, if there was a shower at the venue, he'd take a shower. And so he got infected and everybody was just like, yo, man, what is happening on the Less Than Jake bus? Probably nothing, We're just, I mean, like
That's
in my
funny.
head, I'm thinking it's like this orgy. They're like, just don't pay any attention to what's happening behind my curtain with these ladies. But probably it was like, I'm sleeping.
Right. I'm
So-
nursing this infected nipple.
Yeah. And, but that was part of just all that crap rattling around in my head back then. And now,
I understand.
now I'm like,
The
also,
same thing happened with us on like Skeletones and Jeffrey's Fan Club. You go out there and you're like, well, if we're the only Christians these people ever meet,
they
like
have to know that we have sticks up our ass.
Yeah, exactly. You know, they have to know that, like, they got to know that we toe the line and we toe it pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's goofy, but you did awesome on it. I swear, it would literally be a wish come true, like a bucket list of winning the lotto. If he ever runs out of bands,
Yeah.
and I get to be on that show, I would flip out. Just the fact that you guys talked about the Pickle and Boot Shop and he said my name, I was fanboying out.
That's great. Someday we'll all play a show together, Joe.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Someday we'll all play a podcast together.
Someday we'll all play a podcast together. No, but his podcast is freaking huge now. You know?
Yeah, because it's legit. It's just honest, and it's everybody in the scene. And like you said, it's all the bands that like we listened to in the 90s. I mean, everybody. Everybody. I don't think he's had anybody from NoFX on. Maybe he's had Fat Mike.
I have not heard that one. If he has.
Yeah, I don't think he has. But he's done, like, I mean, everybody. Bad Religion, Propaganda, MXPX. I mean, everybody. It just goes on and on and on. Bouncing Souls, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, The Toasters, Real Big Fish. I mean, he's had everybody on there. And then it even expands out to where it's not just punk and ska. Like you said, Huey Lewis, Bon Jovi. There was like a female that was on for something the other day. But
she
yeah,
wrote Pat Benatar, Love is a Battlefield.
yes.
That was really interesting.
I didn't listen to that one yet.
He is just very good at it because I think he knows enough theory and he's a good enough songwriter that he can pick apart all the musicality of it to talk about. But he's also a fan of most of these bands. He grew up, you know, when he's talking to the guys in Cheap Trick, NoFX loved Cheap Trick. You know, they covered, what did they cover? Surrender.
You mean Less Than Jake? You said
I said
NoFX.
NoFX. Less Than Jake
loved
covered Surrender.
Cheap Trick.
Cheapers.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And theirs is one of the few covers that's better than the original. Mm-hmm. Their Surrender is better than the original.
Yeah. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But it, you know, he really loves these bands. And then he kind of, when he's talking on his podcast, has this almost Casey Kasem-esque slant to his voice where it seems like this is like a perfect fit for him. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kicks into that Paul Smenis voice.
Paul Smenis.
Yeah.
Hey there, fellas. Paul Smenis here. That's not it. I can't make my voice go low enough.
Do you need a water heater?
That's as low as my voice goes.
Oh, that's good though. All right, let's bring this sucker to an end. Let's get some sleep, Reese Roper.
Man, that sounds so good right now.
Yeah, let's do it then. All right, Patreons, patronizers, have fun with this.
Thank you so much for patronizing us and for helping Joe and I defeat Satanism by possibly 2023.
Yep. All right, you guys, have fun.
You know,
see you. Oh,
peace! What? I was going to say, before I said peace, I was going to say another thing I'd like to take onto our plate, not that we don't have enough, is that maybe we should talk about defeating 1 hour Martinizing.
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
Piece of pizza! Was that? I don't know
That's
what
great.
I did. I just yelled over. I walked across the room and over there.
Yeah, you just screamed. You screamed into a curtain.
Was that a good way
That's
to do
phenomenal. That's great.
it? Right. we're
That's
doing it.
almost as good as ruffled feathers.
Yep.
All right, we'll see you, everybody.
For more shows like this one, visit rockcandyrecordings.com.